Friends and family, I would like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for Black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today.
What's up? It's your favorite lawyer. So y'all, I received an email and I have got to share with you guys in this answer right now. My sister is living in a duplex and has been for over 4 years. She met a man and he moved in with her. He doesn't pay for anything. Our dad pays the rent. It's an all bills paid type situation. She's the only one who's on the lease. Now their relationship is so hard to get or explain, but he's from the Philippines and he's from nowhere. I'm not going to talk about where he's from. And he is very controlling and narcissistic. Honey, it don't matter where they from. They could be from the Philippines, the projects, girl, anywhere, but we're going to keep going. It don't matter where you're from. He's very controlling and narcissistic. It's so bad that he lives in a small horse-like trailer on her part of the property. She thinks she has something to... She thinks she has to do something with the lawyer because she believes that they are common law married. Because even though he doesn't pay and he doesn't stay inside, he still uses the address because he's on the property. She's not happy and wants him gone, but doesn't know what exactly she has to do. He's verbally and mentally abusive, and he won't let her do anything. But he doesn't pay any rent, and she wants out of the relationship. What does my sister do? Girl, shout out from Tyler, Texas, honey. That is from Tyler. Girl, let me tell you something, girl. If he is verbally and he is mentally abusive, you have to get out of those type of relationships. Sometimes verbal and mental abuse is worse than getting hands thrown on you. There are times that people can say words that can do more to you than any fist ever could, okay? So she really needs to get out of that relationship. I hate the fact that, he doesn't pay any of the bills. But you know what? When you let a man move in and you let him and you accept that low level behavior from a man, you're letting him know that that's okay. And then you're also putting yourself in a position where it's hard to leave. A lot of them, and you say he's controlling and narcissistic, a lot of guys that are controlling and narcissistic look for women that are empaths, meaning they're very emotionally driven and they like to fix broke down people. Okay, so people that are controlling and narcissistic tend to seek these type of people out, and the type of people that they seek out are the type of people that care about how they look to others. They care way too much about other people's situation, and they're always trying to help other people, even to their own detriment. Okay, so it seems like he kind of knew what type of person she was, and that's why he got with her. And clearly he was correct in who he got with, because it's been 4 years and he's living in a horse trailer on your property. You do have a problem there. She is correct. She is going to have to do something. Now, I don't know about the common law married part, because at the end of the day, here in Texas, and this question again is from Tyler, Texas, the way things work, guys, is you don't just say I'm married and you're married. Common law marriage is something that has to be professed in public to people over a period of time. You have to act like you're married. You have to hold yourself out as husband and wife. You have to sometimes file taxes jointly. You have to do things that married people do, and it has to be open and notorious, and everybody has to believe that you're married. And you got to do this for a period of time. Here in Texas, it's 3 years. Now, other places, it could be another amount of time. But here in Texas, it's 3 years. So if they've been living like they're married and telling everybody they were married, holding themselves out as husband and wife, living together, filing joint taxes, and taxes are not controlling, it's just one of the things that can be used, and doing all these things for more than 3 years, girl, she might be common law married. But this is what you do, honey. I always tell my clients, you don't want to profess a common law marriage unless it's good for you, honey. If it ain't good for you, that's your boyfriend, and you move on. You break up and you move on. So I wouldn't advise her to try to file a divorce, because she doesn't need, what does he have, honey? If he had retirement or something like that, then she would want to let the world know that she was common law married and go ahead and file that divorce, because she'd be getting something out of it. It looks like she ain't getting nothing but heartache, pain, her money took, and a trailer on your property. So I don't think she needs to be filing a marriage for that. What she does need to do is file an eviction against his dog behind and post it and serve him, honey. Because this is one thing that I always tell people. Look, you got to be careful when you let these ninjas up in your house, girl. Once you let a sorry man in your house and he has lived there for more than 30 days, that is his residence, honey. And you got to evict him. And you call the police on him and ask him to leave. If the police start asking the right questions, they find out he's been living there for that amount of time, they going to tell you he lives there. So you want to make sure that that's something that you take care of, okay? So, honey, start with putting his behind out, okay? Go to the justice of the peace in your area, okay? It has to be the closest justice of the peace, okay, in your area. You will find out where you're zoned by going online. You can also call a justice of the peace and see if they service your area. You are also welcome to call the constable's office or sheriff's office closest to you, and they can also instruct you on the justice of the peace in your area because they work along with the justice of the peace in your area, and they serve eviction petitions, okay? Eviction petitions for people in your area, and they can instruct you and or direct you. But the first thing she needs to do is get rid of him. And honey, I'm gonna say this, and women, we gotta stop being empaths. A lot of us women who pick the wrong guy continuously do it, okay? And we do that because we're trying to fix something that is broken. If a man is broken, he cannot be fixed, and let him go, okay? You do not have time to try to spend your life trying to fix a grown man. A man should be a pillar and a rock for you. He should not be taking away from you. And if you say that he's a narcissist, you better watch out because he's not going to go silently. So she's going to have to stick to her guns with him. Narcissists are very good at hoovering, meaning they will reel you back in, okay? They will use that honey, and they will tell you what you want to hear. They will love bomb you, and they will reel you back in. And he seems to be, with what you're telling me, a narcissist because he has the nerve not even to live in the house with her, but to be on a trailer in her property and is refusing to go, and he's not paying any bills. So we know he's either a narcissist or somebody with narcissistic traits because that's just downright crazy. But that's the first thing that she needs to do is just kind of get him off of her property. She is going to have to evict him. She needs to probably stop talking to him because with respect to narcissists, the easiest way to deal with them is not to deal with them. If you talk to them at all, they will suck you back in. They will frustrate you. They will put you through mental and emotional turmoil. They are narcissists, and this is how they react. This is what they do. They are professionals at running you into the ground. So the best way to deal with a narcissistic personality or someone with narcissistic traits is to gray rock and not to deal with them at all. So the first thing she's got to do is get strong, cease communication with this. I don't care if he is outside the horse trailer and peeing in the backyard. Don't talk to him for now. Okay, let him do whatever he does that gets on your nerves, okay, knowing full well that you have filed this petition against him. Make sure you get it served on him properly. Make sure it's posted. Give him his 3-day notice to vacate before you file your eviction petition, meaning you post that 3-day notice to vacate while you're asking him to vacate. And there are a few other things that need to be on that notice. You need to post it, take a picture of it, honey. Once he does not vacate in that amount of time, you need to file your eviction petition with the justice of the peace, properly get him served, and make sure you do not stop until you have an order evicting him from that property. And if he does not care about that order evicting him from the property, you need to move forward, get a writ of attachment, and have the doggone constables or sheriff's office escort him, his horse trailer, and his horse dung off your property, okay? And when you get rid of him this time, honey, don't take him back. Because, again, he's going to hoover. Let your sister know he's going to hoover her. He's going to shower her with love. He's going to start to buy her things. He's going to do things that he never did before just to get back in. And at the end of the day, a narcissistic person is incapable of change more than likely. It's very hard for them to change. 90% of them do not change. So she needs to let this man be somebody else's problem, honey. But I appreciate you for looking out for your sister and emailing me, but that's what she needs to do, honey. Now, if he has some sort of retirement somewhere, some property or something, then she needs to worry about filing a formal divorce with the grounds being a common law marriage. But baby, most narcissists don't have anything. They live off of women. That's what they do. They're abusive mentally, verbally, physically, and they don't contribute to anything. They're very selfish individuals. They don't care about anyone but themselves, not even their children. So at the end of the day, they probably ain't got nothing. Okay, most of them don't have anything. So, or they make you.
In search of a financial opportunity to pay off student loans, a young Black American woman moves to South Korea to work. As the author, Bootsy W. recalls culture shock and fun adventures in a country far from home. She's also faced with anti-Black racism and featureism, quickly learning that white supremacy is practiced not only by whites, but by those that are categorized as people of color. Based on her 10 years of living abroad, the book Ago Igo compares and contrasts Korea versus the United States on subjects such as code, communal living, racism, effective protests, global alliances, warrior class, music, political correctness, health, aging, money, and the coronavirus. This blunt memoir is uncomfortable, humorous, and educational. Help fight propaganda and mainstream agendas by picking up a copy of Ago Igo on Amazon.com.
Hello, everyone. Please make sure you subscribe to the African Diaspora News Channel app on these platforms.